Hello everyone. In this, we will see the next problem, which is min stack. So, design a stack that supports push, pop, top, and retrieving the minimum element in constant time. Implement the min stack class. So we have to implement min stack class. Initially, we were given only these methods in this class. We have to develop this code. So implement the minstack class. Minstack initialize the stack object. So it should initialize the stack object when we call the minstack class, and this method which is push, where we will be they will be passing value. So it should push the element value into the stack, and then pop should remove the element on top of the stack, and a top should gets the top element of the stack. It should return the top element of the stack, and get min retrieves the minimum element in the stack. So it should return the minimum element in the stack from the stack. And you should implement a solution with order of one time complexity for each functions. So each function should return any value which we required in order of one time. So let's see one of the example we will get to know. So for example here, we will take the first example where we are pushing, we have created min stack, and then later we are pushing three times three values, which is -2, 0, 3. So that is what here we have created. So this implementation I'll explain you while going through code. So initially we have pushed to -2, 0 and -3, and then get min will which should return -3, and then pop will pop the top element, and then top will give the top element, and get min will give the minimum after popping the element. So this is what we should get a result. So let's see how to implement this. So let's go through our solution. So we will see these two examples to get more understanding of how logic is working. Just it's easy. So initially we are creating one node, like how we create linked list or nodes in binary search tree. So same way we are creating this, but only one exception here is, we are holding one more value, which is min. So because here in question it is asked, all methods should return the value in order of one time. So that is the reason we are storing min also. So initially assume like we were given -2. So initially here they your this is how they should call. Like in test cases, your main stack object will be initialized and called as such. So initially main stack will be created, the object of this main stack will be created, and then later in question it is meant first three times -2, 0, and -3 are pushing. So first we will see the same thing. So initially -2 will be get pushed, and -2 will come to this method. And here since initially self head is none, so we go inside this if condition, and initially we create the node. So node with value and value. Initially we assign min as by default min will be np of infinite, and here we come like initially the min value will be whatever the value we were initial value. So that is the reason here -2 -2 -2 we get. And initially this is next is none, so this will be none. and next 0 will be pushed, and while when 0 pushed, at that time this will not go inside if condition because head is not null. So head is pointing to one node, it will go to else condition, and here node will be one more node no excuse me one more node will be created, and with value 0 because our second value is 0 in example, and here it will pass minimum of value and head mean, minimum of this 0 and -2, which is -2. So -2 will be passed, and the address of head will be passed, so address of this is 101 will be passed, and with those values one node will be created, and now this will point to the previous node. So this is our top now, and then later again -3 will be pushed again, same like the previous one. -3 one it will go inside, when we call push it will go inside else condition, and new node will be created with value -3, and min will be -3 because here minimum of current value and self head mean contains -2. So minimum of -3 -2, which is -3, so -3 will be stored, and then self head is now 102. So that is the reason 102 will be passed, and no new node will be created, and that new node will point to the one the node with address 102. And then next we were given we will be passing we will be getting the get min. So we will be getting the min. So in get min, what we are doing is let me just make it little. Okay, let it be. So in get min, what just we are returning current head min. So head is currently pointing to this. So when it calls the get min, it will return the -3, which is current head's min is -3. So that is what we that's how we get -3, and then we will popping. When we call pop method, this method will be called, and head will point to head next. So what happens is here this will again point to head will point to 101, so this will get destroyed. So like it will not like that destroying part is not in the scope of current video, but it will automatically get destroyed. So now head will point to 101. So now after this what we are doing is again once we pop we are calling top. So now top head is pointing to 102. So top will return current head value, so top is 0. That is the reason, like head is pointing to value node at address 102, so the current head value is 0. So this will be the top. So that's how we get here 0, and then next we are calling get min. So again we are calling get min. So get min again will call head min, which is -2, not -3, so -2. So that's how here we get -2. So that's how this method are working. So push method is working this way, like if head is present, then it will append, it will create a node and link it to the previous head, and pop will return the head next, like which will make head to point to head next, and top will return the head of value head value, and get min return head min. So we'll see the one more example here, and all the operations are taking order of one time here. So we'll see the one more example where we will first push these elements. So let's see this example. So initially we get -3, so we create we go initially we push -3, so it will come into push, and head is currently none, so that is the reason it will create a node, and head will point to the first node. So -3 because this is initial node, we are passing val and val. And next we'll pass phi to push, and it will go to else condition. Here node will get created with value phi, and minimum of phi and -3, which is previous head is pointing to the previous node, so -3. Minimum is -3, so minimum -3, and we'll be passing the head, so the previous node address. So now the new node get created, and now head will point to new node. So that's how the new node will point to the previous node, because we were passing here uh, self of head. And next again we have passed 6, so with value 6 one more node get created, and minimum of 6 and -3, which is the head is still pointing to the previous node. -3, minimum of -3, 6 and -3 is -3, so -3. And we'll be passing head address, which is 102. 102 we have passed, and new node got created here. And then we make head point to the next node. And then again we get 7. Again we create one more node with value 7, and the minimum of 7 and -3 is again -3, and we pass -3, which is previous node head, previous node address. And after creating the node, we are like making head to point current node. And then again -7 we get, and -7 when we get -7 here, we create a node with -7, but here minimum of -7, and here -7, minimum of -7, and -3 is -7, so -7 will be in minimum. And the head will be pointing to 103, so 104 node at one node 104. So 104 will be passed, and a new node get created, and now head again point to node, so head will cancel, and no head will now point to the current node. Same way the next node will be get created. And if we here call for example get min, we here the minimum is -7, so we get -7. And if we get top, if we call top, we should get 2, so we get 2, because top is returning head self head value, so head is pointing to this, so we get 2. And if we call pop one time, so like this node get destroyed, like here head will point to head next, which is head is pointing to head next is 105, so it will come to 105. Now head will point to 105, node at 105. And here if we call top, we get -7, and if we call get minimum, we get -7, because it is returning head min. And again if we pop again one more 2 times, then 2 nodes will get destroyed, and 2 times this gets called, so self of head next. So that is the reason now head will point to 103. And now if we call top, we get 6, because this is the node top, so we get minimum now -3, because here currently the head minimum is -3. So all these operation takes order of 1. So yeah, that's it for this exam, for this problem. And I'll share the link of this image and this solution in the description of this video. Thank you for watching.